Hello, everyone. Well, I don't think everyone's here. Okay, we're gonna wait for a few more people to come on to discuss this boot camp. In the meantime, can y'all just thanks for being here. I'll comment here. Hi, Crystal.
Hello, Yolanda.
How you doing? We wanted to just do this quick Q&A in order for y'all to really get an idea of what to expect from the Be Intentional Bootcamp, introduce ourselves to the Facebook community. I mean, y'all know me, but maybe you are not sure who the hell Crystal Stampley of the FBA podcast is if you haven't been to our webinar. That's her. So we wanted to give you this information, give you a glimpse into the program, and then answer any questions that you may have for the podcast. Lord Jesus, I poured me a glass of wine and then left it downstairs, and I'm really inclined to go get it. Really inclined to go get it. So I'm gonna see if anybody else joins, but if not, this thing will be on Facebook and it's going to be recorded. So if people miss this, it's okay. We're going to send this out, this video out as well, because we're going to be answering some frequently asked questions. Okay. So Crystal, how you doing tonight? First of all.
I am doing okay. I have to be honest. I am a little tired, but
listen, okay.
Yeah.
That Mercury retrograde is kicking everyone's ass.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a bit discombobulated as well, exhausted. Mm-hmm. Today feels like Thursday. Yesterday felt like a whole ass week. I don't understand what's happening to my life.
Yeah, but to be honest, I have used some of the tools that we're going to be sharing during the boot camp today.
Yeah.
So to help me kind of navigate through this day. So right. Good stuff.
All right, so we're just going to get started. So the Be Intentional Bootcamp is something that Crystal and I created because we started doing parent coaching sort of together. It's funny because just quickly, some history between us, we randomly, I went into a Black podcasting Facebook page. And I was like, I want to have a podcast about like Black conscious parenting. I don't see one out there. I want to talk about it. And I asked for some some suggestions, and somebody was like, wait a minute, so does my cousin Crystal. And so that's how we connected. And the rest is history. We started Conscious Parenting Time, and then we launched our Facebook group, Conscious Parenting for the Culture, to help Black parents of Black children really be able to learn how to be conscious parents. But what we're seeing is that folks have it, they hustling backwards, as Crystal likes to say. Folks are thinking that they can just do tools like, how do I consciously parent this 8-year-old? Or what discipline techniques can you give me for my 2-year-old? Or, how can I stop my child from lying? They want all these tools, but they're not doing the actual internal work it takes to be a conscious parent. So that's what we want to tackle. We want to tackle the innards. Yes, I said that word. Okay. So Crystal, you want to elaborate?
Yeah, I was just going to say that we want to move people from trying to do conscious parenting to being a conscious parent. Yeah. And that's a huge difference. There's a huge difference there. It's not looking for tools for a particular situation, but it's really being able to embody conscious parenting so that those tools and those strategies actually come from you. We kind of want to work ourselves out of a job, if you will, when it comes to being a conscious parenting coach, because honestly, parenting consciously is really about parenting with the child's humanity in mind. Right. And So
she about to start preaching to y'all.
I know, right? I was
about to
like,
get a
okay,
free
this is not the
coaching
boot camp.
session. Right. But it's the truth. And so what we want for this boot camp is that you're not about to get 4 weeks of techniques about how to like consciously parent your child. You're basically getting 4 weeks of content for how to be a conscious person. And this is a journey. Like, this is something that we're still on as, adults. That's going to continue. And that's why I think, and I wrote in the email recently, the one I just sent out, that is life-changing information. And I truly mean that, because when you deal with what's keeping you from practicing conscious parenting, it really is a mindset shift. It really is like, what's that block there that I need to either like break down or figure out how to jump over or figure out what's underneath. Like, I need to do some exploration. And it is that willingness to go there. Because most of us don't want to be alone with our thoughts. We don't want to do this work because it's too hard and it's going to bring stuff up. But the only way out is through, y'all. I mean, it's pretty cliche, but it's the truth. So that's what we're doing here. So Crystal, do you want to, hey, Courtney. Okay, April, that's what we wanted to discuss. So, hi, April Marie J. I don't know what the problem was. So after you checked out, you should have said, hey, thank you, you checked out. And it should have tagged you. This is technical shit that I'm not good at. It should have tagged you, put you, and threw you into an email list, a chain that then started. You should have gotten 2 emails by now. I did not know that this was not happening, y'all. I'm so sorry. That's another thing I want to address on here. So I'm not trying to scam you. Ain't nobody a scammer, okay? We've been working really hard behind the scenes to get this going, and I just don't have the spoon sometimes to check all the moving parts. And so this is actually something I'm working on right now with myself, getting more help and learning how to like delegate. So I'm not trying to do everything, because shit like this is what happens when you think you can do everything, but you cannot. So April Marie J, you will receive an email tomorrow morning with this recording in case folks miss it, and more answers to the Q&A, as well as a glimpse into what to expect over the last 4 weeks. So I really apologize for those emails not going out. I'm sure that was like, what the fuck's going on? Are they scammers,
Yeah, definitely not scamming. We worked way too hard for y'all not to get this info. So
yeah, hell hard. April J is like, yes, thank you for clarifying, because the bitch was like, what? I had hella people like, where's my email? Hello, did I sign up for this? Are you trying to steal from me? And I'm like, but no, I didn't check. It was set up. I just didn't make sure that it all like fired properly. So I apologize for that. Okay, Evelyn is asking, when does the boot camp kick off and what materials and prep will be sent? Okay, so the boot camp, the doors to the boot camp actually close on the 30th. What we want is, we don't want to keep it open. We want this to be a closed like thing, so we can have everybody do this at the same time. So you will receive your first piece of homework on the 3rd. Well, you know what, Crystal, do you want to share your screen so we can go over this? Okay.
I can do that. Just give me a second. I feel like I need like the music that's like.
It's okay. Listen. Let me check down and see. Hi, Danielle. Will there be some time to focus on families with children with additional needs, like kids with ADHD? Are you speaking, Allison? Are you, just for clarification, are you asking if the content is going to focus on that family with, because this content, as to me, I have ADHD. So I feel like this content is really beneficial for anyone who is neurodivergent or has children who are neurodiverse. So I believe that is beneficial for everyone. Okay, I think you are sharing your screen. I'm on the Facebook.
I'm ready whenever you are. I can't see the comments, so.
Yeah, that's why, because there's actually a delay on Facebook. So shit, how do I? All right.
You ready?
Yes.
All right. So as Yolanda mentioned, it's a 4-week boot camp. And we've, I guess, allocated the topics within those 4 weeks. So the first week is really about understanding your parenting triggers. That's honestly when we show up as, kind of the parents that we don't want to be. It's when we're triggered. So we're starting there, and we're going to be sharing some strategies and kind of the why behind triggers so that you can really understand them, get to the root of them, so that you can actually change behavior. And when I say change behavior, we're talking about your behavior and not your children's behavior. So the focus of this boot camp is really about us as parents. So we'll be going into, like we said, triggers, neuroscience, reframing behavior. So looking at your children's behavior and allowing you to kind of reframe that so that you can, parent more consciously.
And so what we're going to send out October 3rd is a trigger tracker bootcamp workbook. And in that workbook, it's for 4 weeks. We want this to be a continual thing. In that workbook there, we want you to track what triggered you, any patterns that you notice, why, like the behavior that triggered you, the time of day. And we also want you to track like your self-care. So we're basically asking you to sort of commit to looking closely for the first week at what is pissing you off the most. And we're not just talking about annoyances. We're talking about the things that make you just want to be like, I don't want to be a parent no more. Like, this is the bullshit. Those things. So that's so you'll get that homework on October 3rd. And then we're going to meet on our first Zoom group coaching integration session on October 10th. And that's where you're going to bring that, discovery information from October for that week to that particular Zoom. And we're going to work through some stuff using that information, because we need information before we even start. We need to know where we're at before we even start. You're also going to get a report card that your children we would like your children to grade you on. We want you to know what your children think about your parenting. So you're going to get a report card that we ask them to be honest. This is a way all leaders get feedback, and you are the leader of your family, right? So if you don't know how your children really feel about your parenting, it kind of like, we got to include them in this process. So that's what's going on for week 1. Make sure is there any questions about that before we move on?
One thing I wanted to add to that, I know that, kind of doing a trigger journal or trigger tracker is pretty common in the, conscious parenting or positive parenting spaces. So if you've done it before, we still encourage you to definitely do it. It's an intentional part of the program, and it's carried out throughout the 4 weeks. So it's not just something that we'll talk about in week 1. It's something that we will continue to revisit throughout the 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And I think I also recognize that maybe a part of the slide is cut off due to my screen, but it's okay. When y'all are in the boot camp, y'all see what it says. Okay. Were there any questions on week 1, or you want to move on?
No, I'm getting the link to drop it in there right now, so you can move on, I believe.
Okay, awesome. So then week 2 is about becoming aware of our inner child. And I think I also recognize that maybe a part of the slide is cut off due to my screen, but it's okay. When y'all are in the boot camp, y'all see what it says. Do you hear that, or is that just me?
That is me not knowing how to work technology, y'all.
Oh, okay, no worries. I was like, do I hear myself in my head, or is that okay?
Yeah.
Just making sure. Okay, yeah. So week 2 is about becoming aware of your inner child. And typically when we are triggered, so here I go going into the content anyway. Okay, so becoming aware of our inner child so that we can cultivate our wise inner parent. We'll go into more detail as to what that means and why it's important in parenting. But some of the things that we'll be doing is looking at your belief cycles and the things that you believe and how they impact your parenting and how they impact your thoughts and your actions and your feelings, so that you can feel more empowered in your parenting.
Yeah. Perfect.
And then for week 3, we will be examining internalized capitalism and childism. And we won't be internalizing. We'll be examining internalized capitalism and childism, and really looking at how they impact our parenting. And it's these types of systems that honestly contribute to us not feeling connected to our children. So if you are always so stressed at work, or if you just have this view of children should just be, quiet and shouldn't be spoken to, then yes, you're going to find it difficult to be a conscious parent, and to truly live out the, kind of conscious way of being a parent. So we want to look at redefining our self-worth, right? Like, our self-worth is not in our jobs. It's not in our roles. It's not in the things that, society would tell us that our self-worth is, kind of made up of. And we also are going to have you think through how those things impact the worth that you give to your children, right? And how you view your children. And then last, we'll be looking at power dynamics. And, that's essentially, when you think about childism, the power dynamic there is that just because we're adults, we have more power than children. Like, we are more worthy of grace. We're more worthy of care. Their mistakes are worse than ours, and that type of thing. So we'll be really looking at how we view children and how that impacts our parenting.
And included in that is how we view our children. That kind of goes back to the inner child. So every week is going to build on the other. That's why we hope that you're able to complete, the homework. And really, the homework for each week, we give you that during the bootcamp sessions. Those are every Sunday, starting October 10th at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, except for October 31st. In case y'all want to go trick-or-treating, we made it at 1 p.m. These are 90-minute sessions. We're not like, they must end at 90 minutes. We're trying to keep it, we're trying to just honor everybody's time. If it happens to go over, it goes, what I'm saying? We're here to help. Y'all paid for this. And we're going to give you some homework, which is really just a worksheet of journal prompts, things for you to think about, things that will help you work through some of the stuff that we need you to like unpack and examine. And you bring that with you to the next one. And we discuss that for a little bit, and then we move on to the next week. So that's kind of how we're going to do this. And when I say that these are not just asking you basic ass questions, y'all. Like, it's going to get uncomfortable. Just letting you know. Yeah. I'm not trying to scare you, but it has to. It has to be uncomfortable. That discomfort is gonna bring out some stuff that is keeping you from being conscious, and keeping you from being more intentional, and keeping you being on autopilot. We want you off of autopilot and learning how to be intentional as a daily practice, and not just when you have time to be intentional.
Sure, exactly. Yeah. And then week 4 really brings it all together. And we'll be creating a parenting mission statement, or you will be creating a parenting mission statement. And the end goal is essentially for all of us to be more conscious, intentional, future-focused parents. And so the purpose of the parenting mission statement and your parenting plan is for you to share that with your family, to share that with your children, and to get their input. And then you can use that in a future-focused way, even after the boot camp.
Right. Yeah, we wanted to lead we basically are wanting you to make a plan, right? So the whole point is, like, if you have a business, you have a why, and you create a mission statement, you usually create a value statement, and you use those to help draft your business plan. And that business plan guides your business. So you know what the parameters are, what you will and won't do, how you want to show up in your business. It helps guide you. And I feel like a lot of us just don't have a plan. We're winging it. And I don't blame you. It's fucking tiring to be an adult, it's even more tiring to be a parent. Like, I just have to feed myself. I don't even know what I'm gonna eat tonight. All I know is I want to drink some wine and go to sleep. So I'm just being real. So I'm just like, we have to have a plan, and that plan is going to drive everything that you do, and you're going to share it with your family, and they're going to help hold you accountable. And this is a plan that everyone can follow. If it's going to be not just for you, but for your family, because it's going to be based on your family values, and your children are going to have a say in what this mission statement looks like. So this is also bringing in their perspective, empowering them to be like, I'm a part of this family. Like, I can help with some guidelines, and that feels good. How many of us had to just take it and never had a say in anything that we did? We get to have, these kids get to have a say with this plan. So that's how it looks.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to say is that collaboration breeds cooperation, right? So when you include people in your plan, like the people that the plan is intended for, when you give them input, they are more apt to want to contribute, to want to, I don't want to say fall in line, but, be aligned with, that actual plan. And so just all of these steps, all of these, each of these weeks, as Yolanda said, they really truly do build upon each other. And none of us have time to just, sit here and just do some frou-frou stuff, right? This is true, hard, real work that is going to be beneficial for you as an individual, and then also for your families as well.
Yeah, it's really going to change you from the inside out and change us. I mean, as we're like writing the stuff out, we're like, this is good. Like, I want to take this because I have a lot of work to do to dismantle the childism, and my inner child / nurturing parent thing needs some help too. So there's going to be, in the group coaching sessions, we're going to record them. So if you miss one, that's okay. We'll send out the recording, and you'll get the recording with that next week's homework. So you don't have to worry about like, oh, I missed it, I'm gonna be effed up in the game. You won't be. And you are more than welcome to, if you get the recording, you're like, I still don't understand. Y'all can always, folks email me back all the time. Just trying to touch somebody with consent. So we want to also, if you want an accountability partner, we're going to be sending out just a really brief survey, asking you a few questions so we can kind of partner you with someone. So during these 4 weeks, if you want someone to call and work through this stuff with, you can do that. It's optional. You don't have to do it, but if you want one, that's going to be something that we do. Okay, when are the dates? So doors close on the 30th. So in 2 days. How is it, October? For the registration, the first piece of homework, the trigger tracker, is sent out via email on the 3rd. We then meet for our first integration session on what that is, October 10th. October 10th at 3 p.m. That is 1 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Okay, and then it's every Sunday thereafter at 3 p.m. except for the 31st. It's at 1 p.m. so I can go trick-or-treating. Is there a number of people you will enroll? No.
We want to change the world. All are welcome.
All are welcome. We might have to upgrade our Zoom account, but there will be breakout rooms. There will be, some group stuff, some quiet time for y'all to reflect. There's going to be some different happenings in there, but we're not going to limit the number of people that we enroll. We do want to say that we wanted to make this as accessible as possible. So we do have equity-based pricing. If you are, lower income and like renting and you really don't have any extra monies, it's $39. We feel like that was a fair price to honor our time and expertise as well as make it accessible. But if you got a little bit more money and you can afford to pay, there is a $69 option, then a $99 option, and then the $129 is the full amount. So if you can't pay the full amount, please do, because hey, you got the money. If you can't, that's okay. We wanted to make it accessible. What else? Oh, thank you. Yes, Eleanor. Woo, woo, woo. Again, the first email, emails are fucked up in the game. So the first email is going to go out tomorrow morning with this recording and with some information for y'all. Any other questions? Someone asked if two people are in the home, can we can basically a twofer? I mean, not really. Come on now. Listen, it's already hella cheap. So if there's two folks, well, I get it. You're in the same house, but
39 times 2.
Yeah.
Or what? Yeah. I mean,
pay for the cheaper one if you can't pay for the 99. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What else? Register, yes.
And I think the purpose in that is that it's individual work. You can't do the work for someone else. So while, I live with my husband, my partner, or whatever, this is work that I have to do on my own, and the same for him as well. So that's kind of our approach on that.
We can definitely have an option for Black parents to go into a specific breakout session. And I understand the need for that. So Tanya Nixon, yes, Selberg, we will have that option.
Take a note of that.
Breakout room. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Bevan. We appreciate you. So we hope that answered some of your questions and got you excited for it. And, all you really need to show up is, a pen and paper, maybe a journal. Do you guys take donations? We do. So there actually are a few people who, okay, see, you got to do, okay. Sorry, I remembered I have to actually send someone their scholarship ticket. There was already a few people who bought a space for someone else as a scholarship. So if you want to do that, all you got to do is pay for it and then send the email to me at hello@parentingdecolonized.com. I'll type that in the thing, and I can give that ticket to someone else. Thank you for doing that. If you want to, that's amazing.
Yeah, that is awesome.
When do these sessions begin? Oh, it's okay. The integration sessions start October 10th through the 31st. Your homework, your first piece of homework gets emailed out on the 10th. And then we meet, I'm sorry, Lord Jesus. First homework emailed out on the 3rd, then we meet on the 10th. And every Sunday thereafter at 3 p.m. except for the 31st, because we want y'all to go trick-or-treating 1 p.m. Yes, we will send you out the recordings afterwards so you can, use them if you need to. Anyone who's registered, we get a recording. Obviously, we're not going to send recordings to anyone who isn't registered. This is going to be really personal information for folks who want to speak. We will have the opportunity to have for you to be on a hot seat. So if you did want, if you wanted us to look at, okay, these are my triggers and this is what's going on with me, I want to be in the hot seat, we have that opportunity as well. Some people like that. Some people are like, hell nah, you better don't even call my name. And that's okay.
But one of the prerequisites for being in the hot seat is actually doing the work. So the homework, it's important that you do the homework in order to be in the hot seat. And we'll share more information on that. So we want to hold you accountable for, to doing the work. So in a loving, grace-filled way.
I'm trying to type, y'all, sorry. Please email to. Okay, thank you, Felicia. This is really exciting. And this is our first offering of this sort. I usually have conferences and I wanted to start doing this more intimate work. more on a deeper level. And so that $39 option will never happen again. It's just, it's so much work, y'all, to come up with this information. And we're still going to offer equity-based pricing. And if anyone, I'm always going to have the option for someone to, have a scholarship or something like that. But I really do have to start honoring like myself more. I can't give everything away for free. I do a lot of that on Facebook already and in my group. So I have to start honoring that, my time and expertise. So that $39 option this is the last time it'll ever happen. But can we be on the same? Of course. Well, everybody's going to be in the same Zoom meeting because they're all going to get the same link. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Trista. Appreciate you. Y'all have any other questions?
I'm feeling FOMO from not being able to be. Well, I mean, I guess I can be in the.
But there's like a horrible delay. So I'm really seeing something different than what I'm saying right now. It's pretty bad.
Okay. Like I keep trying to go in to see the questions because I'm like, I want to see, but yeah.
Well, thank y'all for joining us for this live. Yeah, like so all in the same room. Okay. Yeah, we can do that if you like, or not. Maybe you don't want to do that, but yeah, you tell us when we start to break up the sessions, I can put that person into the same room. Thank you, Eleanor. Listen, I wouldn't want to be in the same room with Gia's dad. Work on your stuff, sir. Okay, alone without me. What info do you need to sponsor someone? All you would do, I'm gonna put the link in again for the boot camp. And all you would do is pay for the ticket. And then you would then email that ticket. Email the confirmation to hello@parentingdecolonized.com and let me know that it's a sponsored ticket. And I have my Crystal and I's Facebook group that is 15K Black parents. And there's always somebody in there that could use the extra help, but is unable to take advantage of these. So it's super helpful when y'all sponsor things.
Yeah, for sure.
Very appreciate it. And if you're watching this and you need a sponsored ticket, now everybody can't be sponsored. Come on now. If you can't afford $39, that's when you can be like, okay, maybe I really need to get a sponsor. I need a sponsored ticket. You can hit me up on hello@parentingdecolonized.com. And I only have like 4. So there's not going to, like right now, at least, I don't know who else is going to be doing it. But I only have 4, actually 3. Someone already took one. So it's on a first come, first serve basis. And I don't be asking about income. Like, come on now, it's honor system.
Yeah. Oh, Yolanda, I have 2.
Okay.
So that's, yeah.
I could only do, that's okay. Okay. Thank you, Rachel. Yes, you can. So Megan, you can, when you send me that email, as far as sponsoring, send me her email as well. Okay, so that way I can add her to the email list. Rachel, are you in the conscious parenting group? Hey, DJ cousin. I feel like she's in. Okay, any other questions? Yeah. Okay. I think we're good on the questions. Okay, thanks, Rachel. I just replied back. Just send me an email, okay, so I can get you a ticket. Thank y'all so much. Thank you for joining us. I have a glass of wine and some pizza waiting on me, and I really would like to eat it and drink it. So I'm gonna go ahead and go. And again, apologies for the mishap with the emails. Y'all forgive me. I am gonna be getting some more help, and I'm really try to be better at delegating technical stuff that I don't know what to do. So we'll be in touch before the 3rd with some information for everybody who signs up. The doors close to this on the 30th. And that's about it. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you. See you at the boot camp.
Bye.